Hello, my name is Teresa Romero and my presentation is on graffiti. My question for you is graffiti art or is it vandalism? I will be discussing how I feel it's more valued rather than vandalism. I chose this topic because my father is a well-known graffiti artist. He's been doing this since he was 10 and he's progressively gotten better at it. He has his own online website where he sells big planks, little pins, and name tags that say hello, my name is, and he writes his graffiti name, which I think is really creative. With that being said, I grew up around it. I believe graffiti is art. Some people do like to vandalize and call it graffiti, but it's more of a feeling and value to real artists. Vandalism is going out and destroying public property. Graffiti artists' intentions are not to do that. Their intentions are to create art, whether it's on a wall or on a trolley. They just want to be seen, they just want to be heard. There's good and bad graffiti just like there's good and bad art. Every graffiti artist has their own way of expressing themselves, a different style. It is very important for artists, like I said, to be seen, heard, and if it were vandalism, they just wouldn't care what they did. It's amazing what somebody can take from a piece of paper, like sketch on it, and then go out and put it on a wall or like on a little tiny trolley toy and just sketch on it. I think it's pretty cool and a cool way to express yourself. Art collectors in Europe and elsewhere have paid thousands for artwork from graffiti pioneers from NYC's subway era. But the best and most pure graffiti is done illegally and is free for anyone in the public to see, and it isn't locked away in a collection or a museum. It's the only art form that was created 100% by American youth. So graffiti is as American as apple pie. Next, I'm going to talk about Museum of Contemporary Art. I personally went there with my father in 2010, and it was called Art in the Streets. It was in LA, and it was a huge art show of 100% graffiti art, and this show made more money than any other show that ever featured regular art. This exhibition included numerous artists who began the painting of graffiti, such as Taki 183. Taki 183 was an active graffiti artist who started tagging his name on walls in the 1960s through the 1970s. People followed and put their names up more and became well known in their communities. If you want to know more on graffiti art, there's documentaries on YouTube, one of them called Style Wars, which is the original one. It was filmed in 1983. It's by Tony Silver. That one has a lot of interesting and cool things on it. And there's also another one called Piece by Piece, Piece. That one is more of the legacy being carried on to the next generation. But both of them are really, really cool. That's where I got most of my information. So in conclusion, I have shared with you how graffiti is art, interesting information on the Museum of Contemporary Art that involved some famous artists such as Taki 183, and may I just say the best graffiti artists risk their freedom to bring their art to the public. What other types of artists are willing to take those risks? None really. Thank you for listening.